Hello everyone, welcome back to Regular Tour Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at both the mainline and Studio Series figures that we got for Optimus Prime from the upcoming Transformers 1 movie. But before we get started, I'd appreciate if you left a like, as it really helps push this video out to more viewers like you, and consider subscribing as I put out reviews like these once a week. Backpack's pretty small compared to the other one. Well, first we're going to start off with the mainline version of the figure, and to be honest, I was never really that impressed with it ever since I first saw it. The only reason I got it is because he is a lot smaller than the Studio Series version, and was hoping to maybe get a head swap of Orion Pax and just have him as Orion Pax since he's way smaller. As you can see, he does have some hollow forearms, but no big deal. That's never really something that's bothered me on figures as much as it bothers a lot of collectors. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he's really simplistic, a little too simplistic considering he's about $20. And yeah, not really that impressed. A lot of people do like the silver better than this like kind of goldish color that this Studio Series has, but to be honest, I prefer this one a lot more. And he did come with the Matrix, which I'm actually pretty surprised it did. It is a little weird looking, and the storage isn't as cool as the Studio Series. Yeah, never mind. It's in there, but I'm not gonna take it out. But oh, the hand went in. All right, now let's move on to the next one. If I can get this guy to stand. And wow,
Wow.
I'm actually pretty impressed with it compared to a lot of people that are really hating on this figure. I don't see why. They complain a lot about this gold color right here, and honestly, it's grown on me. I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't. It's not as bad in person as it is on video. Um, I feel like maybe it's not as photogenic as other colors could be. Maybe like that one, but the sculpting on this figure is just so much better. It's so much bulkier, and from what I've seen, a lot more accurate too to what we're gonna be seeing in the movie. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's just so much more detail, and for only maybe $5 more than what you're paying for this other one, I think it's totally worth it. Plus, this one has way better articulation as well. You get ankle pivot. I mean, I don't know what you would use this like toe crunch for, but it's there. The only part that I do might have a slight complaint with is this crotch piece right here, as it tends to come out pretty often. Let's say when you're trying to put them like in a kick position, see it already popped out. You just have to snap it back into place. That is the only slight annoyance I have with it. But it just, I feel like this is just such a good figure. And look at the storage for the Matrix. You just lift that up and it's right there. Both of them can hold the Matrix, but I just feel like this is just so much better. Now on both of them, you can remove these smokestacks and use them as, I guess, flamethrowers, as we saw on the trailer, but this is gonna be the better figure overall. Now for some comparison, here we have an old deluxe class figure I got of Optimus Prime. And to be honest, if this figure was as tall as him, I would have a much harder time trying to argue whether or not he's better than the Studio Series or not. As I do think the size of him is just holding him back so much. You lose out on a lot of articulation because of it, and detail, paint, and making it cheaper doesn't really help. As it, I mean, you can obviously tell this guy has so much more detail, so much more bulk to him. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. And he would just look so much better, so much more premium on your shelf. I mean, I'm trying not to be too mean to him because he is a pretty good figure overall, but compared to the Studio Series, it's just a no contest. So honestly, I really don't see a point of picking him up at all, unless you're trying to do what I'm, doing. Hopefully, somebody makes a Orion Pax head, but other than that, I mean, I don't see the point of getting him at all. Trust me, like once you get this guy in your hands, you're gonna see what I'm talking about the color, and it'll grow on you like almost immediately. And one thing that I just noticed is that this guy has a face mask that is gray in color, and I'm looking at all these Optimus Primes around me, and it looks like they've all been painted in silver. Wow, it's just the first for me. I've never seen that before. But anyway, both of them come with the same amount of accessories. Here's the Matrix of Leadership that came with the main line. Like I said before, it's a little off, but I mean, at least it came with it. I'm actually kind of surprised. And here's the axe for the main line. This one's painted, and the fingers do throw me off a little bit. I've never seen anybody hold an axe like that. But yeah, he comes with it, and here's the one for the Studio Series version. I do prefer this one a lot more. Although I wish it was orange, but I mean, most likely it's gonna be like this in the movie. But we'll see. This one just slides right into his hand like that. And go ahead and just put them on here. Oh. Alright, so now we're gonna be taking a look at their vehicle modes, and to be honest, they were both very fine. I've only had both of them for about a week or so this was my first time transforming them. And yeah, I mean, this one just ends up being the better truck mode too. And like I said before, it does cost a little more, but I feel like you get a lot more toy or whatever you want to call it with this one compared to this one, uh, including detail and everything. The size. This one's just like the better one. Okay, man, I'll stop shaking now, but this one just ends up being the better figure overall, and for $5, it just makes the difference. Like, I just can't explain it any other way at the moment. I don't know why, but both of them have to have their forearms visible in their vehicle modes. I mean, I get it on this one. It is pretty small. You can't really compact them. There's not really a lot of space for you to compact them in here. But I do appreciate that at least you fold them in, unlike this one, which kind of just looks like he's like standing up from some angles, like he just laid down and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I really don't understand why this one's getting so much hate. Like, I really don't think it deserves it. And this is definitely gonna be the one that I'll be displaying in robot mode. For some comparison, here we have that same Optimus Prime. And man, these were some dark ages for Transformers. This figure is terrible. I only bought this for nostalgia, but I mean, here we have it, and the size difference is like in between both of them. And man, you can tell. I mean, I'll take this any other day compared to this. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like you can't go wrong with either of these. But this one's not gonna beat this one in terms of accuracy or detail or anything really. Like, if I display this one, it'll definitely be in robot mode. In conclusion, I am gonna have to give the Studio Series the win because the value is there. I mean, this figure is just so solid. You can't really go wrong with it. And if you really can't pick both of them up, this one is the one to go with. But with that, that's going to be it for this video. And if you enjoyed the content, just don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, as I got another video coming up next week. It's a figure that just came out. If you want to find out who that is, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description of this video. And once again, I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one.